In terms of a law firm conducting an investigation, I have seen some lawyers be able to investigate well and interview well. I have seen other lawyers have very much that legal analytical framework that they're looking at trying to gain evidence, and they're unable to develop that rapport that's required in an interview. That's so critical to get information from people. You have to develop rapport, and so what I would say that the law firms that specialize in workplace investigations, such as Rubin Thomlinson and some others, they up their game by becoming really good at what they do. And that includes taking interviewing courses. That includes understanding how to develop rapport, how to ask questions in an appropriate manner, and also be trauma informed. The others that do it off the side, they're maybe an employment and labor relations firm that kind of do it off the side. I would say that they probably don't have that level of training. Yeah.
And so that obviously then has implications for the findings of their investigation, and that has then implications on the complainant.
Absolutely. Can I give you an example, Joelle? I wrote about it in one of my articles that I wrote. And so I had a case with Alberta Health Services where it was a young nurse alleging sexual violence against an older security officer. And if I didn't know about trauma informed, I went into my interview with the young nurse, and it was basically alleged that he had forcibly kissed her and not let her go. She's pushing back, trying to get away, and he would not let her go. He had been grooming her, from a sexual predator perspective, as the evidence showed afterwards. But when I went into the interview with the young nurse, she was emotionally absolutely traumatized, a lot of tears, a lot of crying, a lot of self-blame. Why didn't I bring this forward earlier? She missed a lot of dates. Her memory was not good. If I wasn't trauma informed, I'd say she wasn't that credible a witness. He came in calm, cool, collected, suave, totally like professional, very friendly. And so if you didn't know these types of dynamics that go on, particularly in sexual violence types of cases, if you didn't know those types of dynamics that go on, you would say he was the more credible. But in effect, she was the more credible. And in fact, his credibility, he ended up he was a con artist, actually. He had bogus, fraudulent resumes and all that type of stuff. So on credibility alone, I found in favor that, yes, this happened. If someone doesn't have that level of understanding and training on these types of cases, including in general harassment and bullying, and psychological hazard and psychological violence, they may come to an absolute inappropriate finding. Or they might not have the courage to come to a finding because it's a classic he said, she said. So it's imperative that anyone that is really, making this their service that they're providing, that they really need to be educated on the issues and be just like you folks, be on the front end of the spear in terms of bringing this to the forefront.